Meditation on Amazon Music.
What's up? It's Abe Zucca. Hey, yeah, this channel is boring. It's just me reading a book. But it's my book, it's my words. Yeah, they're axioms. Google it. They're statements. They're like building blocks. You can rearrange them, put them in different places. They aren't necessarily telling you what to do, but they're disrupting this stream of information that's on YouTube. It's all trash. Everybody's just talking over someone else's content, whether it's politics, how to lead a better life, be more successful. There's people that come on here and just think I'm just doing a bunch of babbling. And yeah, that's true, but you haven't told me what I'm babbling about. So for those that like the channel, stay tuned, man. I'm going to keep doing this stuff. I like the words I write, and that's why I keep doing this. So I've come to the conclusion these are just activation words. Sure, they are coherent. They are done in English. But a majority of people come on here and just talk a lot of shit, and that's fine. But like I said, this isn't like anybody else's channel. I don't know anybody else doing this. Who is doing this? In the comments, write something. Who's doing what I'm doing right now? I'm Abe Zucca. You can check out my art at zuccagallery.com. If you're in downtown Phoenix, I have a gallery at 1301 Grand. Yeah, my channel's small because I just started it. Wait until next year. I have so much to read. I have so much to talk about. Let's see where this goes. So let's start with part 8, Divine Transference of Nick Fuentes. Check out the prior parts that I've done. Let's begin. Eros and Thanatos. The psychoanalytic apocalypse. The law of two energies. What are those two energies? Eros and Thanatos. Eros and Thanatos are not opposed or opposites, but two movements of the same current. Creation and destruction are reciprocal inhalations of the cosmic body. Death is Eros returning to stillness. It desires death's longing for embodiment. The world is the oscillation between these breaths. Every civilization is born from the alternating rhythm, the eternal respiration. Let me guess, people are going to say hi. Let me guess. Just type hi, and then tell your friends to type hi. Just those two letters, H and I. To be born is to be separated from the timeless play of Eros. Time begins where delight becomes memory. History is Eros under the sign of loss. Thanatos is time's undertow, pulling the body back towards unity. The apocalypse is not an end, but a breathing returning inward. To die consciously is to remember how to play eternally. The death drive is not annihilation. It's not annihilation, but the desire to repose in pure form. The sacred fire consumes only to purify. Death is its invisible flame. What is destroyed is the idol of permanence. What remains is the rhythm. Every extinction hides an orgasmic pulse. When fire becomes still light, the body becomes spirit. Eros fulfills itself in Thanatos as the flame fulfills itself in ash. The apocalypse is revelation of the body long repressed. It is not the world's end, but the unveiling of the world as body. The resurrected body is the cosmos realized as consciousness. The sensual and the divine coincide when repression is complete and dissolved. The last judgment is the reconciliation of all sensations. The saints' will be those who have learned to feel without fear. Every psyche must travel its own catabasis, its descent through repression. The unconscious is the tomb where desire sleeps as myth. To descend is to re-enter one's own origin. Orpheus, Christ, are one figure, the lover descending to retrieve the lost body. What they bring back is not knowledge, but melody. To sing of death is to awaken life. To sing of death is to awaken life. The resurrection is not a promise, but a process, the perpetual rebirth of sensation. The dead are stored in our nerves as memories of touch. To feel again is to raise the dead within us. When repression dissolves, the body becomes transparent to its eternal double. This transparency is light, the mystical flesh of the world. Resurrection is the erotic art of remembering how to feel completely. Culture's neurosis was always its fear of pleasure. The cure is not moral but sensory. To re-sanctify the body. The psychoanalytic apocalypse is healing of repression through recognition. The analyst becomes priest of reconciliation, the patient a celebrant of light. The talking cure becomes a liturgy of breath. The world will be saved when analysis becomes play. The last state of man is not judgment, but laughter. Paradise returns when necessity is forgotten. Heaven is not above, but within the restored body. Salvation is the recovery of the child's omnipotent joy. Eternity is the play of Eros beyond work and death. The apocalypse is the cosmic child at play among the ruins of repression. What returns is not the same, but the same made conscious. Eros dies into form and rises again as spirit. Thanatos prepares the ground for rebirth, decay as revelation. Each ricorso is an orgasm of the world, the pulse of its divine metabolism. The eternal recurrence is not repetition, but consummation. Every ending is a beginning retouched by memory. Being is desire recognizing itself as play. The universe is the dream of a body learning to love its own dissolution. Death is Eros' signature. Eternity has laughter. The sacred fire burns now without altar or smoke. Consciousness itself is a flame. The erotic apocalypse reveals that all is already redeemed. The return is the body of God. Division and dual organization, the agon of brothers, the broken body, and the return to the one. All early war is fraternal. Contest within sameness, a game played by halves of one body. The rule-bound duel of brothers preserves the possibility of reunion. The new war, total apocalyptic, seeks to abolish even the kinship of enemies. When the brother becomes stranger, the world ceases to be whole. The end of fraternity is the end of cyclic time. Only fragments remain. Civilization begins with regulated conflict and dies with absolute victory. The quarrel is always over the father's body, the paternal inheritance as flesh. Property is metaphysical anatomy, the division of the father's limits into its own territories. Moriah, fate, share are one word, the part allotted from the broken totality. The world's first boundary is drawn across the corpse of the god. Every inheritance is a sacrament of dismemberment. To inherit is to eat. The clans are the organs of the dismembered divine body. Totems are anatomical metaphors. Zoology begins as theology of flesh. Each species remembers a portion of the original unity. The feast is the Eucharist of the first ecology. Equality begins in cannibalism. Each receives a fair share of the sacred body. Consummation becomes communion. Hunger becomes ontology. The first economy is sacrificial, division of function as division of limbs. The social order mirrors the anatomy of the god dismembered. Labor specialization is the secular residue of sacred partition. Each trade, each clan, each art is a memory of an organ. Capitalism is the forgetting of sacred symmetry. To restore justice is to recompose the divine physiology. The tribe was once a map of the heavens. Mirror the sky and earth, the 4 tribes, the seasons, the 12, the months. The city is the body made spatial, the cosmos rearticulated in stone. Political geometry descends from cosmic anatomy. Democracy is the last echo of the divine symmetry, the vote as atom of the body politic. When the pattern is forgotten, law replaces rhythm. The Eucharist repeats the primordial cannibal act in sanctified disguise. The God who gives his flesh gives unity through division. The Christian body replaces the totemic feast but preserves its logic. Take, eat, this is my body. The fall is the fall into segmentation. Redemption is recomposition. Every communion is an attempt to knit the sacred corn, the scattered corn against its sheaf. Love's body is the corpse of God. The corpse of God continually resurrected through months and mouths. Society divides itself as the body divides into sexes. Each seeks the complement across the tabooed boundary. Exogamy is not conquest, but the ritual reconciliation that divided flesh. Marriage is the dialectic of Eros and Thanatos ritualized. Every reunion repeats the original division so that it may be healed again. The erotic law of opposites underlies all social order. The prototype of all contrariety is sex, yin and yang, heaven and earth, sun and moon. Each pair recites the myth of the first separation. The seasons themselves are engaged in cosmic coitus, summer and winter in perpetual exchange. Every alternation, day and night, war and peace, feast and fast, reenacts the sexual tension of the world. The ritual agon is intercourse disguised as competition. When men contend in games, the cosmos makes love to itself. There are always 2 fraternities, not 1. Every function requires its complement, every gesture its mirror. The sociological dualism of gift and return, host and guest, brother and rival is cosmic rhythm manifest. Dual organization is grammar of reciprocity. To abolish the other is to abolish meaning. The universe is held together by tension, difference sustained as love. Dismemberment is revelation, the one becomes knowable only in pieces. The intellect is a surgical instrument of the primal cut. Each fragment carries a hologram of the whole. Philosophy is cannibalism refined into logic. The return of the one is not fusion but harmony among its parts. Thus, Eros, through division, prepares the resurrection of unity. The state is the theological residue of the divine body's anatomy. Its offices, its organs, its hierarchies all derive from ritual dismemberment. The sovereign is the head remembered, the commons, the limbs forgotten. Revolutions reenact the feast, the king's head as sacred portion. The republic is the dismembered God reorganized into law. Liberty begins when the body politic remembers itself as one flesh. Brotherhood is the first economy, reciprocal violence and reconciliation. The gift, the wound, and the meal are stages of the same transaction. Eros gives, Thanatos divides, the feast unites, war becomes ritual, ritual becomes market, market becomes neurosis. To cure economy is to restore fraternity. The just price is the reestablished rhythm of giving and receiving. The modern subject is the last shard of God's shattered body. Individuality is the metaphysical scar of dismemberment. Each ego is a scattered, sacred fragment, longing for recomposition. To know oneself is to remember one's cosmic limbic function. Neurosis is isolation from the total body. Salvation is reintegration into the collective flesh. Ancient order was symmetry, heaven mirrored in earth, clan mirrored in star. Modern chaos is asymmetry mistaken for freedom. Symmetry is the geometry of reconciliation, asymmetry the geometry of loss. The artist rebuilds symmetry through imagination. Every balanced composition is a political act. Beauty is justice made visible. Conflict is the erotic dance of opposites. The duel is desire disguised as hostility. Every contest conceals a courtship. The festival of games reenacts the sacred mating of sun and moon. Victory is penetration, defeat, surrender, both fulfill the law of union. The cosmos continues through the infinite foreplay of antagonists. Taboo fences the sacred wound. Every prohibition remembers an act of original division. To cross the line is to repeat creation. The forbidden is merely the forgotten phase of unity. Law is taboo, rationalized. Grace is taboo, forgiven. When the boundary dissolves, the world begins again. The task of love is recomposition, to gather the sacred limbs. Redemption is anatomical, the scattered gods reborn as humanity. The erotic and the political converge in the act of knitting the world again. The feast becomes Eucharist, the Eucharist becomes consciousness. When the body of God is remembered as all bodies, exile ends. The ricorso is the cosmic surgery reversing the fall. Difference is sacred, without it nothing touches. Identity is sterility, opposition is fertility. The world persists because it halves continue to desire one another. Every polarity, life and death, male and female, speech and silence, is a conversation of eros. Harmony is difference sustained without violence. The highest unity is plural. To speak of the state, the cosmos, or the soul as body is not analogy, but memory. All order is organic, all structure is corporeal. Thought is the nervous system of the world remembering itself. Philosophy without anatomy is theology without incarnation. The flesh is the universal grammar. To understand is to remember, to join the parts again. Every myth of brothers hides a myth of lovers. Every division is a foreplay of reunion. The law of dual organization is the law of desire, difference as destiny. The one divides to love itself. The world's body breaks so that consciousness may feast. When the halves embrace again, the ricorso is complete. That's the end of part 8. I'll see you guys later.